my speech here is about cybersecurity and also about the promise nanotechnology. That's for next generation technology. So my name is Nuruddin Safur. This information mentioned here. This is my brief CV for your consideration. So I got my bachelor degree at Tashkent University of Information Technology, the Department of Computer Science. After graduation, I just got my scholarship to study at Korea with a national university, that's Korea National Institute of Technology. This process, I start my research area I work with. So if you have any interest, you can find me here in Scopes Web of Science and other institutional studies. So also others also include here. So currently, I am working at Tashkent University of Information Technology with the Department of Cybersecurity and Cybercrime. The assistant professor. So, what's cybersecurity? This term is defined here in detail. It's for protection of information systems against unauthorized access, along with any kind of the modification and any kind of attacks, so on. So our faculty, information cybersecurity, is divided into 3 departments. First one is information security department, and second one is cryptology department. And third one is ours, cybersecurity and cybercrime. So this department is mainly focused potential risk and vulnerability and many kind of definitions related to cybersecurity terms and person's role in cybersecurity and protecting privacy. This kind of aspect is covered in our department region. Also, practice and theoretical part is conducted along with laboratory research and any kind of practice. So, why is cyber awareness important? First one is trend. Cybercrime is growing day by day, fast. That's why it is critical to our society. And rise awareness of threats. Many kind of threats occurred inside the country, outside the country, national level. That's why we have to know this area as well. And also, most crimes policy cannot just cannot tackle this problem alone, because this area is combined with digital aspect. That's why technological solutions need to be applied. And also encourage reporting. If this kind of cyber awareness exists, people, I think that just generally just people should know about the cyber crime and cybersecurity aspect for their just secure life. That's why it's more important. Our vision to implement our education purpose to our students, and students can't just teach their staff or any kind of simple people. After that, cybercrime level can be decreased. And also promote government-based SCAN cyber essentials. This vision is conducted by government aspect. And also cybercrime is massively underreported. The last aspect. Okay. So our program objectives lie in this field. So the first one, understand cryptographic conditions of information security. It's critical for our students. Second one is understand and able to employ common decryption protocols. This is for mostly our students who work with programming. Based on this knowledge area, they can just create new kind of program with a security aspect. And also understand fundamental principles, models, and algorithms in information and system security. This for system administration process or system and network administration sections are covered with this topic. So understand risk, vulnerabilities, threat, and attacks in computer and communication system. I just mentioned these factors in our previous slides. Is also objective of our program. And also understand the state of art protection and defense mechanism and theoretical foundation behind the mechanism. If you have enough information, state of art protection aspects, also based on this theory, we can implement new kind of secure systems with our theoretical part. And understanding theories, principles, and state of art practice on dependably and fault-tolerant system. All about the systematic approach. And also, the last one is understand user privacy issue, protection mechanism, and centralized, distributed, and web environment. This all relates to cyber field. So it's very critical. First, people who want to work in cyber field, they should know about the privacy and security as well. So, what is necessary for this purpose? First, they should know about the cyber environment. With, for example, network security, computer security, privacy, and cryptology, and many. It's kind of the art. So, for example, our students can just make familiar with network security. For example, you know, the Cisco Academy, this kind of the aspect is covered with our subjects. For example, so the core subject is we conducted our class in this course, this matrix. So first one is the cybersecurity fundamentals. This is introducing this you conduct cryptography and computer security parameters and other fields. Mostly the comprehensive coverage of coverage to fundamentals of cryptography and computer and communication security. First is mostly the theoretical part of our objectives. And second one is network security. Network security is this is a kind of the course provides this convergence on concept, principles, and mechanism in network security and just a secure distributed systems. It's mostly we conduct the theoretical part, and then after this process, we just give to the students, our students, with laboratory task with Cisco academic class. For example, CCNA, you are familiar with this field, Cisco device, and this kind of technological practice are also conducted with our practice. And then advanced computing operating systems. We know the hardware section and software section should be convergent in our department. If we now there's just hardware parameters, and software parameters should be also need to be covered briefly, just a detail. So first, just in this course, we will study advanced topics in operating systems for modern hardware platforms, and also we also conduct many practical aspects with Linux and Unix parameters. And also, documentation state also needs to be considered with cybersecurity law and policy aspects, because it's critical for just a how to say or privacy is the first fundamental our right. This kind of the or any kind of the organizations related to the cyber field, they should also know about what kind of the law exists or privacy exists in the environment. This kind of parameters is mostly covered with law and policy aspects of cybersecurity. And other kind of the course we also conduct in our department. This is just a brief explanation. In our department, or and also in our university, conduct many kind of the research projects. Some of them I'm familiar with their work. For example, artificial intelligence-based device and softwares are have been created and realized in our market, along with the national, international position. Also, appeared in our project. Here, just I would like to express my gratitude to you audience. I'm expert in the field of promising nanotechnologies. I'm expert of quantum computing. I got this kind of the theoretical and practical knowledge skills from the Korean laboratory. But when I studied in Korea to obtain my master's degree, and just my professor project is based on functional technology. So this based on our project, just we got many research outputs. So we also attend many international conferences, for example, in Japan, Korea, Indonesia, Philippines, Qatar, and also many European countries, Schengen countries, France, Italy, and also ours. Well, it's very interesting topic. And nowadays, also we have conduct with our project with international experts. Specifically, now I'm working with Canadian researchers and Indian, Iran, Korean, and other US university with the topic of the quantum computing, specifically quantum dot solar automata. So it's a very interesting topic, and also my here my expert field is about communication design hardware and superior understanding of CPU architecture networking, and experts in variety of computer and software tasks, mostly with the hardware section, and also strong research background in the field of promising nanotechnologies. Just we want to we conducting research, and we published in SCI, Presentation Index Extended based journals, where we have articles there. Very interesting topic. So, what is the meaning of this technology? First, we need to just imagine of the developing process of technology. So first, it is a history of technology. Now we are living in smooth area, integrated circuit area. This is complementary metal semiconductor technology field. Most of our devices are implemented based on this concept. This is a brief history, but just the development process of smooth technology is almost finished. Shrinking of the transistors and any kind of these factors is a finished level. So researchers around the world, just they are thinking about changing to new kind of technology. This is micro level controlling. It should be is necessary to find up to molecular level approach. This is very interesting. So to reach a single molecule level, new approach for representing information is required. This is our technology. There are 5 kinds. This kind of the technology having selected for the next level purpose. One of them is very strong candidate, quantum dossier automaton. It is a family of quantum computing. So it is based on molecular electronics. So very small technology, and for dissipation aspect need to be just solved those technological issues. So after this kind of the quantum dossier concept can be created in our market. This is laboratory level approach, research, not to the market level, but it's promising technology. Currently, we mostly use gigahertz device. This is a terahertz switching speed, need to be just right. So it's cooler and smaller. So here, represented information with molecular charge configuration is a requirement. So this is also binary level, and there is no any kind of the current switch. That's why it is solved with participation problem. And also charge configuration, new kind of the computation forum have been selected. It is not incremental approach; it is a revolutionary approach. And also, beyond transistor requires the thinking, circuits, and architecture. Architecture and circuits parameters need to be, I think, So, fabrication process. This technology first just experimented in U.S. University, Notre Dame University. This fundamental approach and most first experience are conducted in Notre Dame. In this parameter, there are 4 kinds of device fabrications. It can be metal island, semiconductor, magnetic, molecular. These are candidates for the fabrication. Metal island is not interesting topic because it is just for experimental approach. Semiconductor. This kind of the semiconductor fabrication process may be good, but just the enhancement is not much bigger. So this is not also our vision. Magnetic history. Today, currently, more researchers conduct their research with magnetic history. This, I think, progress exists. This is one, but the size of the device is quite bigger. then microchip level. Molecular QC is our target. This is our target. But it's very, I think, hundreds times enhancement we can get enhancement with molecular QC combination. This is animation about QC. What is it? If you let me, I present. Okay. Sound. Just going to issue is sound.
Imagine the electrons and the guests at the table. The guests are most sitting diagonal. Positions, the other follows suit.
This is electrons.
Now place a row of tables in the same configuration beside the table with our guests, and you find that those tables match the first table's configuration, even though the position is usually unpredictable. A large electric charge interacts with the first table, the position becomes predictable, and the string of tables follows. This creates a predictable binary state, a 1 or 0. The rows are aligned and placed in strings. The binary results of the electrons can be efficiently sent into a computer, which can be thousands of times smaller and more energy efficient than our current computers while computing the same thing.
It's information. Molecular charge configuration always placed in diagonally due to Coulombic interaction. That's why it's possible to get binary 1 and 0. If we have binary represented, it's possible to implement new kind of circuits based on this theory. So fundamental logic of this technology is quantum cell. It is based on logic 1, logic 0 is represented place. So if we have this kind of cells, it's possible to implement QC wire. It's a little bit different than currently wire. This is implemented one by one cell placement, and then QC wire can be structured. This is inverter. If you give input 0, this device can be output logic 1. Also, this is the main hour device. This is majority gate. Majority logic can be implemented with this device. So here we here this majority gate, there are five you say quantum cells. 3 of them input cells, 1 of the device cells, and 1 output cells. So the output of the this device is majority gate functions. This is just table of this device. If we see here, it's possible to get AND gate or gate. Functional parameters of this. So if you get AND gate or gate, it is this is logical part of computer. So if we have logic and logic or gate, it is not difficult to implement new kind of complex circuits. So the difference, just one of the output is fixed with logic 0. This majority gate works with AND gate. Otherwise, one of the inputs fixed with logic 1. This device outputs logic OR gate. And also physiology. I think you are familiar with the signal transmission works. In this technology, synchronization and clocking parameters and series is displayed on display. So it's based on physical clocking, synchronization and signal transmission parameters. It's totally different technology. So here there are four kinds of time zones: zone 0, 1, 2, and 3. Based on this transmission synchronization, you can control our circuits transmission. It is fighting for the barriers. So switch, hold, release, relax. It is working process of the wires. This is just a brief explanation of my research. If it's actually interesting to you, I'm happy. So that's all.
May I ask some questions?
Yeah.
Thank you for your awesome presentation. It was actually your presentation interested me a lot. And then, for the sake of other people, I just like to ask just two questions. You told us that you got a master's degree in Korea.
Yeah.
May I ask where you get
금호공대.
Okay. Then who was the
supervisor?
yes, supervisor?
My supervisor is Jun Chao. Professor Jun Chao. Yeah.
Actually, I have a friend in Kumogongdae. That's why.
Yes, Kumogongdae National TIT.
All right.
Is one of the research area.
I know very, very well about it.
Only one IT university.
All right. And second question is, so you are the faculty of Department of Cybersecurity, right?
I am just excuse me. I am PhD student. Just yes, teaching. Not mentioned in my work.
Okay.
Mostly I do my research with other scholars, researchers. India, Iran, Canada, Korea.
And the impression I got from your presentation was that your, all the ideas of you are related to the electronic engineering. So if there is a department of electronic engineering or electrical engineering,
yes, we have this kind of a department in our university, but my supervisor at bachelor degree was in cybersecurity department. That's why my previous supervisor invited me to just place in the laboratory. I need just one laboratory. You know, most of conversation is going on with international research.
under the big category of technology and is what he is working on is quite related to the circuit design.
Yes.
The circuit design is a key technology for semiconductor production. It's a very important. And also, it could be the basic topic for the quantum computing, as you mentioned. So we can use it in cybersecurity industry. We can use the quantum computing, but mostly that's my feeling. But actually, I majored electronics in my bachelor and master, and I will research work on my PhD about data communication and computer networks. And after the experience in the industry, then I just found that the cybersecurity internet is more open than other technology. We all just all the technology or all the development in terms of we need to build up on top of the internet.
Yes, but this is quantum computing, and also it's abstract form application.
All right.
So it's not marketing first. That's the issue.
But I believe is maybe quite promising. So please support me very much. Thank you.
교실을 그냥 그 영어로만 진행하셔서 제가 지금 영어를 다 이해하셨는지 잘 모르겠어요.
hozirgi prezentatsiyamiz ingliz tilida bo'lib o'tdi. Menimcha hammaga tushunarli bo'ldi deb o'ylayman, yoki tushunmaganda ham bormi? 이해하셨대요.
아까는 그 교수님이 한국의 농업문과대학교라는 곳에서 공부를 하셨고요. 근데 우리 또 교수님께서 그 명을 해주셨지만은 뭐 잘 아시겠지만 사이버 보안이 상당히 중요한 어떤 굉장히 근간이 되는 기술이기 때문에 연구하신 분들이 앞으로 TUIT가 해당 분야에 대해서 계속해서 잘 아시겠지만 사이버 보안을 바탕으로 해서 여러 가지 것들이 요즘에 암호라든가 그다음에 블록체인 연구 같은 건 거기 연장하는 것들에서 사용하시는 거에 연구하시는 게
hozirgi prezentatsiya o'tgan domlamiz guruhimizga o'zlari magistratura yo'nalishlarini Info universitetida Koreyada o'tkazganlar va hozirgi eng zamon talabi bo'lgan axborot xavfsizligi yo'nalishida ilmiy ishlar olib borayotgan ekanlar. O'shaning uchun o'ylaymanki, tartibni kelajak uchun keyinchalik rivojlanishga ham yaxshi kerak.
정시간 같이 같고요. 말씀드린 것처럼 오후 2시부터는 5개 저희가 메타버스 한번 소개와 시연을 드리고 더불어서